Howdy y'all, it's Kathy from RustPaperScissors, and I'm here today joining in the Junk Journal Challenge 3 under 30 minutes. And what it is you create 3 items in under 30 minutes for your junk journals. And the challenge is being crafted by Tony and Seven Plaza Margaret. And I just wanted to show you what I'm going to make today is these mini clipboards. I'm going to make 2 out of the rusted tags, and then I'm going to make 1 out of cardboard. And I've noticed this is from an Amazon package or box, and I've noticed they've started making the cardboard a lot thinner, and but I was wondering if it would be sturdy, and it's really very sturdy. It works, so I wanted to include that in case somebody didn't like using the rusted metal or didn't have it but wanted to make these. Cardboard is a great option. So I want to talk about the supplies real quickly, and then I'll set the timer and we'll start. Like I say, I use these rusted metal tags. They're 2x4. I use B7000 glue. It's like the E6000, except the nozzle is a very fine nozzle, and it allows you to add glue just very precisely. And it also comes with a cap that has a needle in the end to keep the nozzle unclogged and clean. So I like to use that. I use the rusted mini bulldog clips. I'm using some rusted brads that have the long prongs. I'm using rusted paper clips. I'm using some sticker paper that I have distressed that helps hold the paper clips onto the back. One reason why I use the paper clip is because it allows you to attach it to a page, but it allows it to stick up over the edge of the journal, and it doesn't take up so much room, because that's pretty a high profile. That would take up a lot of room in a journal. Let me show you an example. This is a little journal that I made, and it has a tag in there with a rusted jingle bell, but the clamp sticks up over so it doesn't take up much room. And then I wanted to show you the back. The back clips onto the page. You don't see the sticker paper on the back. If you pull this out, see, this has some sticker paper, but you don't see that when it's attached to your journal. So I just wanted to demonstrate that. I believe that's it. Hopefully we'll have time to do some embellishing. I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes, and we will go from there. Let's see, I want to make sure I get 30. Okay. And I set that off to the side. It kind of ticks. I hope you can't hear it. But what we do is I take a bulldog clip and a brad. I'm going to take some glue, and what I do is I put some glue here on the prong part that's going to go up against the bulldog clip. I take the bulldog clip and I'm going to put this brad into the back of the clip, and it's just going to sit there. Then what I do is I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to add some glue to this bulldog clip. You don't have to add the glue, but I think it helps just secure it. And then I'm going to add some glue right here to the clamp part of the journal because that's the only other part that touches the tag. Then I take a tag and I'm just going to slip it onto there, and I'm going to make sure I have it centered and straight on my tag. Then I'm going to take, this is just a little clamp from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to clamp that in place. Okay, and then we're going to turn it over, and I want to make sure that the brads are facing that way, and I think I've met, let me just make sure I get this back together so it'll glue. I think I got it. Okay, then the brad is that way. Then what I do is I take a paper clip and some sticker paper, and what I'm going to do, I've just distressed the sticker paper so it's not so light. I pull back the backing of the sticker paper, and I'm going to add my paper clip. I want the long part to be on top, so I just push it on like that, and I leave a little room at the top of the page, and that's where it's going to sit over the prongs. Now I'm going to take some glue. I'm going to pull this down just a little bit more. I don't pull it all the way off because it makes it a little harder to stick down. And then I'm just going to add some glue. I like to add some glue to the paper clip and then to the sticker paper. And then all I do is just put it over the brad, and I get it into place. And then I pull the rest of the sticker paper off, and I stick that down. Then I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to put some glue on the edge of the brads. I don't know if you can see this, but just on the prongs of the brad, I add some glue. Okay, and then I open this up. Easier said than done. There we go. And I just put the prongs over the paper clip, and that's just another way to secure it down. Then I take another clamp and I just clamp it shut, and then that's just going to help it glue. So that's just glued down, it's centered, ready to go, and we'll make another one. So again, they go pretty quick. They're a lot of fun to make, and they're a lot of fun to embellish. And we'll see about that if we have time. Okay, I put the brad in there, I hold it, and then I add glue. Okay, and then I take my tag, and I have those prongs straight. I have my clamp straight, or bulldog clip. I'm going to add the clamp. Now we're going to take our paper clip and our paper. Sometimes it's hard to get this paper started. Okay, and again, I want the long part of the paper clip on top. I'm just going to push it down there, leave a little room at the top. So we'll go over the clamp, and I'm going to add my glue. Then I put it over the brad. I secure it down. I pull my paper out. So now it's down there. And then I'm going to add my glue to the prong. And then to this side. And then I open it up. And I clamp it down. It's over the paper clip, and I'm going to clamp it down. That way it just secures, you get it clamped down. So there's that one. And now the last one we're going to do is the cardboard. And I've marked the center where I want my hole. I'm just going to take my crocodile and I'm going to place my hole. Okay. Then same process, and I probably won't say as much this time since it's kind of saying the same thing. Yep, I'm making it harder than it is. Hold on. But I guess you should see some struggles. Goodness. Okay, I think that's it. Let's add okay, now we got it. Okay, let's add our paper clip and paper. All right, there we go. So we'll let those dry for a minute. And I want to talk about just a couple that I have embellished, and we'll then we'll add the pages. It'll be real quick. These were just a couple I made for a embellishment kit that I have for sale in my Etsy shop. I just added a little charm with a split ring. I like to use the split ring because I can't get the jump rings to close back up and be secure. And then I just added a little sticker on there. So that was one with just plain paper. This is another one, the same thing, with just the plain paper. I I added this sticker that I made, and then I added the jingle bell. And then this was a fun one that I just made. I had to redo the video, so I'll use this as an example. I made this in the other video, but I forgot something. So it's just a little Halloween typed clipboard. It has this skull charm, and then I added condemned. What I did was a while back I took some sticker paper and I stamped out a lot of stamps and then cut them out so they're ready to go. So I just wanted to show you those, and then I wanted to talk about you can add charms like with a bulb pen. Oops. Again, this is another little rhinestone that you could add with a split ring. And then you can also add ribbon to the journals. But let's go on, and I think we're probably good to undo these. I think this was the first one that I did, and then this is the second and third. So we'll take the clamps off there. I'll take some paper, and it's just paper that I've torn. The dimensions that I use are 1 3/4 by 3 1/8. Again, the tag was 2 by 4, and that just leaves you a little border around it. Then all you do is take the papers and, oops, I didn't get them. Let me get them kind of even together, and then we'll do that. Okay. And then this one is just one that I thought I'd stamp on there, take note. There's a million ways you can embellish these, but I thought that would be cute. And then if it doesn't come out perfect, well, that's just kind of the nature of a junk journal. I could have taken it off and stamped it, you know, where I would have been, you know, secure that it was, that I'm just going to take another little sticker. And like I said, you can embellish these any way you want, but let's put that down here, and you kind of see it through. So that's one that's done. And then this next one is just some papers. And on this one, I added the sticker, and I'm just going to secure that. Well, there you go, and that one's done. And then this last one is, again, just a grouping of papers, and then I have this little stamp that I stamped and onto sticker paper, and I'm just going to add it to this one and just kind of put it in the middle. And we'll take our clamps off. We'll add our papers. And then on this one, let's just add the little bulb pin where it says heart, because we've got some extra time. And then you just clip that through there. And now you've got a charm on there that says heart. So these are the 3 tags that we made, or clipboards that we made. They're a lot of fun. I hope you'll make some. I appreciate your time. I do have some of these roasted products for sale in my Etsy shop if you're interested. We're just over 15 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye and thank you very much.